Raspberry Dream. That sounds pretty good, actually. Bloody Wild. Spring Fling.
It's the ones when you start getting down into like, yeah, we've mixed Texas Tab, Dr. Pepper, vanilla, and coconut cream.
Yeah, I will say, though, the Endless Summer, Mountain Dew, pomegranate, grapefruit, and fresh lime sounds fucking good.
Yeah.
It's just so much. Is that not like so? That's like so much.
I feel like any place is stretching when they give a section of their menu to cookies. When you just see a cookies section on a menu, that place doesn't have a lot.
You don't know how Utah feels about cookies, man. I will say that, like, I understand what you're saying. It's definitely weird, but as somebody who doesn't drink alcohol, who used to drink alcohol, anything you can do to spruce up a non-alcoholic drink makes my life easier. And also, I'm looking at these. None of these are more complicated than any fucking mixed drink, including
But it's
alcohol.
not the complication that's getting me. I'm not concerned with the complication. It's that there are drinks on here that are mixing half and half with soda. The Heartbreaker.
I don't
Dr.
like that.
Pepper, blackberry, coconut, half and half. Gavin, would you drink that?
What is the ingredients?
It is Dr. Pepper, blackberry flavoring, coconut flavoring, and half.
Oh, the half and half is a bit off-putting. I'd try it, but it sounds like just a sugary mess.
Yeah, but I agree with you, but I wouldn't want half and half in anything other than coffee or something that I'm cooking. You know what I mean?
I don't like the Tarani bottles.
Who's drinking this?
People in Utah.
Oh.
I don't like the bottles in the second photo, the Tarani one. Like, there's something, to me, I feel like that guy is mixing something that would give me a skill point in BioShock. Like, just for how those bottles look. Like, there's just, I don't know. There's something off-putting about it.
Dude, I made a Moscow Mule on New Year's Eve that I couldn't breathe next to.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was crazy. It was, I don't know if you put too much ginger beer in it or what, but like
know
you
what
couldn't
happened.
drink it. It was
It like
impossible.
wrecked the air.
This is-
If I like went to take a sip and I was inhaling, it just made me cough for like 10 straight seconds.
What a crazy way to learn that Gavin's a pro-Russia guy. I would have never guessed.
Speaking of well, I'm not going to start off like that. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Face podcast. This is episode 138. My name is Geoff Ramsey. With me, as always, Gavin Free, Andrew Panton. Can you guys name a song that has the word 138 in the title? Because one just jumped to my mind.
138. No. I can think of 4 or 5 seconds. 45. Is that 45 seconds or is it 4-5?
21 seconds?
No, the Paul McCartney, Kanye West. Rihanna
4 or 5
thing.
seconds to
Is 4 or 5?
4 or 5
Yeah.
seconds. I think is what it's called.
Okay.
That's a great fucking song, by the way.
8, 6, 7, 5.
There's a Misfits song called "We Are 138." That was really good.
Oh, well, that's very that's exact. I was trying.
Yeah,
to,
that's
like,
why
combine
I saw it
multiple-
138.
That's
That's the first thing that popped into my mind. I used to have it on some live album, maybe Evil Live, where they had Henry Rollins from Black Flag come on and sing it with them. And it was a cool little live recording.
That's impressive. I didn't think you'd have an actual
Eric
song.
says there's a big one.
Yeah, the big one is "We Are 138" by the Misfits.
I don't think that would be considered a big song in any
Yeah,
sense.
I'm just
Any
thinking
world.
more along the lines of it hits 138 very specifically.
It's also the lyrics of that song are fucking dumb. It's "We are 138, we are 138, we're the eye of the tiger." Oh, I think that's it. We are 138. Let me see. Here's the full. I'm gonna read the full lyrics to you. We are 138. 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 Stick with me here. We are 138. We are 138. In the eyes of the tiger. Do you think we're robot clean? Does this face look almost mean? It's time to be an android, not a man. The pleasantries are gone. We're stripped of all we were in the eyes of the tiger. This is the best part. We are 138. 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 And then it ends with 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8.
Tommy used to work on the docks. Andrew texted me about that the other night.
I did because I was playing a music trivia game where they like play the song and you have to guess it, and that song came on, and because of Gavin's lyrical change, all I hear is the bucket of AIDS thing, and it ruins the whole song because I don't know where it's supposed to go, so I'm just constantly anticipating it and inserting it into every line.
It's like the very first bit of the song. It's after he talks about Tommy. He's talking about the union. They've been on strike. Don't worry about it. And then he talks about Gina.
Well, the problem is I was listening to it in a context that I didn't know where we were going into with the song. Like, it just started playing. I didn't know what verse we were in, if we're in the middle. It was a whole thing.
I don't like songs that assume you're supposed to know who people are. Like, are we supposed to know who Tommy is?
No, I don't think so.
It's just a song about a dude. He's just telling a story.
Yeah.
I need a better intro. I know that you used to work for the dogs.
What do you want? Like, what more do you want to know about Tommy? Tommy was 17.
Why are we singing about
dropped out of high school. Listen to the fucking rest of the song. Go further than one fucking verse. He tells you.
I get very distracted by Gina drinking the barrel of AIDS, to be honest.
I was thinking about that after we recorded that episode. Gavin, you used to sing, I don't know if you even know this, but you used to sing a song around Achievement Hunter way back in the day that I knew of the song, you hear it in the background, but it was like a popular music song that I just didn't cross my path. And so you would sing it wrong. And for a while, I thought that your lyrics were the real lyrics until I heard it on TV. But you used to sing, I throw my sandwich in the air sometimes, singing, hey, yo, where's the mayo? And I thought that was the song for maybe 2 weeks.
Why? Why would you
remember that?
Because that's how I learned the song, was from Gavin singing it.
It's crazy to me that you missed that song.
Where's the mayo?
I mean, I had heard the song, but never listened to it. And then when Gavin was singing it around, I was like, oh, I guess that's the fucking song. And then I thought for maybe 2 weeks, about the amount of time, it's just one of those things where Gavin tricked me and didn't even realize he tricked me.
I always wanted to direct a Hellman's commercial and have a parody of that song.
Have you talked to the Hellman's company about it?
No, you know what? I never did.
I'll reach out for you. I'll let them know we got a real good pitch.
Like, I think it would crush because there was a commercial that was all about Scoop There It Is, where they changed the lyrics from Whoop There It Is to Scoop There It Is for like ice cream or something.
Yeah, it was like chocolate peanut butter cookie dough or whatever. Yeah,
you could do this. This is a good idea.
It is a good idea.
I don't know if it's an idea. It's an idea they would take.
Speaking of reaching out, Andrew, did you make any progress on finding the Bussy bus?
Thank you so much for guiding it there. It's almost like we organized this. I've had in my notes things I've meant to update on that I haven't. First one is bus research, Seattle Breakers, now the Thunderbirds. So I tried to do some research. They have changed team names several times since this has happened. Also changed ownership several times. What's incredible is the guy that got traded for the bus has never, from what I could tell, he's never seen the bus. Because the next season, when they were supposed to play against them, they got the bus confiscated at the border because they had somebody on their team that was from Europe illegally. Like, they didn't, I guess, have proper paperwork or whatever. So they confiscated the bus. And I guess he never just played against them again. So he hasn't even seen the bus. I reached out to the current team. I emailed their email all on their team website, which I believe is now the Seattle Thunderbirds. They did not get back to me. I've not got a reply. So we're digging. We're doing some research in that. The other things I can update on are jet ski covers, or how many people in our audience owns jet skis according to emails I have received. Do you guys have a guess for how many jet ski owners we have in the audience?
35.
4.
35? I said 3.
Eric says
Eric's
14.
guess is 14. We apparently have 51.75 jet skis in our audience.
No way.
Dang.
Wait, 51.7?
Wait, how's there a decimal?
It's just somebody complained about where they live, that it's so shitty to use that it doesn't count as 2 full ones, that they've got 0.75. 1.75. So we got 51.75 jet skis, which is a lot more than 3, which is what I anticipated.
Yeah.
And I guess the last update, not a happy one, but my hubby's bagel's closed. Just sad, obviously. We talked about it on the show. So just
we never got to go.
No, I'm so disappointed. I was really excited for you guys to try the regulation bagel. So thank you to all the people that would send me photos and stuff. They would travel from all over that listen to the show and they check out the bagel shop. I just felt like I should bring it up on the show, so if people are planning on coming here for that specific reason, they are not disappointed.
Even our whole podcast couldn't keep that place going.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can't help but feel like we failed them in some way, and I don't know why, because we probably did more to promote them than anybody else.
Well, we stopped though, didn't we?
We may have stopped, but the photos never stopped. It made me so happy. I'd constantly see photos and updates from people that went in, and I know it meant so much to them whenever anyone would come in and order it.
So does that mean our bagel is looking for a new home?
I guess so. I don't know. I feel like it may have died with them. I don't know. I'm in a grieving process. I'm not ready to think about a new bagel.
That's a good point. Hey, if you own a bagel shop somewhere in America or if you own a bagel shop anywhere in the world and you are a Face listener, we have a regulation bagel that's currently without a team. We'd be willing to sign with your bagel company. Just drop an email to Andrew.
And you can make it secret menu. You don't have to get stuff printed.
We don't get stuff printed. We prefer secret menu. We're secret menu people.
I'm just so blown away. You remembered I threw my sandwich in the. I don't think I've sang that in like 8 or 9 years. How did you remember it?
I don't know. I just did. I'll tell you why, Gavin. Because you matter to me. And the things that you say stick with me.
I love that. That's special. Last week, I foolishly faced myself by starting just challenging Andrew. Got bored. Thought I'd take him on. Challenging him to trials. He beat me back. He beat my time while we were recording. I beat his time back. And then he continued to not only beat my time, but then just keep playing and beating his own time so much that I didn't possibly have a chance.
Well, okay. So what happened was, I didn't know the setup. We have a lot to talk about because you guys did a Fireplace video that I know nothing about. As far as I know, it's still exporting, or maybe it didn't even happen at all. Maybe you couldn't even start the Fireplace. But I knew you were, okay, well, I knew you guys were filming it, and I saw you pop in the trials to try to beat the time back. So I thought it'd be really funny if I didn't know what the capture setup was, if somebody caught your reaction of realizing that I had lowered the time a little bit while you were trying to get the new time. And I lowered it by a lot more than I anticipated. I had a really good run, and it popped into like the top 1,000.
Because we're already at the point where we're shaving off like 0.05 of a second, maybe 0.1 if we're lucky. Yeah. And then we all saw you pop up online. Firstly, I should say that in the middle of filming this Fireplace video, Geoff and I left to go and get an Xbox so that I could play trials.
Turns out that 8 hours is a really, really long time. You have time for lots of activities in 8 hours.
Yeah, we were just driving around, shooting the shit. Came back, played some trials, but we all saw you log on. So we knew what was happening. I thought you were either trying to trap a score or you're just trying to beat your score. So we watched your replay, because once you get your time good enough, I think it's in the top 5,000 or something, or top 2,000, you can actually watch that person's replay. And then we were like studying your replay, and then we went to study it again, and it was completely different. You went from doing all these kind of flips to a weird backflip to just no flips, just driving to the end. And it was so fun. You shaved off, I think, 0.3 seconds.
Yeah, it was a big shave off. Was that captured? Were like you guys recording or something when that happened?
No, not really. We were mainly focused on just the fire, and I was immediately. I think I was miserable within 6 seconds of playing.
It was so fun to watch Gavin, who's such an upbeat, peppy guy typically, just instantly get fucking miserable and depressed. Like we plugged it in, we got it all set up. We're like, I don't know, fucking maybe 6 minutes in to what's going to be 6 hours of Gavin playing trials. Well, he just goes, sucks, I can't believe and it was like, Gavin, you've only tried 5 times. You can't be mad yet. And he was just already in his feelings.
Because I get this point where I'm sort of in the zone for about 5 or 6 attempts, and then I just start autopiloting terrible. To the point where I'm not even paying attention. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'll like forget whether I'm leaning forwards or backwards. And I do that for like half an hour. Do you want to see a picture of me attempting it?
Yeah. I would love to see a photo of you attempting it. I don't know why you did it. We talked about this before. You hate playing the game. You just think it looks ugly. Oh, Jack.
Here's me
Jack.
Trying to beat your time.
Jack. You brought in Jack as like a pinch hitter. That makes me even happier.
Here's something about the 8-hour video. I was saying there was a lot of time. We had enough time to call Jack Tell him to come over. Jack was like, I'm not even ready. I got to take a shower. And we were like, we've got plenty of time, buddy. Jack took a shower, drove all the way across town, and then he still had probably 6 hours there of just playing Trials over and over again.
And if you hadn't beaten so much of your own time,
yeah,
I think Jack would have been the one. It's just you shaved off 0.3 of a second, and he was edging closer and closer, but he just wasn't able to get done.
I will say the wildest thing was watching Gavin, before he called in Jack, improved his time considerably, and actually to the point where I think he probably beat some of your earlier times, but you had already blown past him. But there was progress the entire 8 hours. And then Jack came, and he kept getting closer and closer, but it was just insurmountable, the lead that you built.
It was honestly a joy watching. Well, firstly, Jack couldn't have been more excited to come over and play Trials.
Oh my God, he was so happy.
He sat down. It was like watching someone come back to their favorite chair. Like everything just felt right in his hand. He was like, "Oh yeah," and he immediately was like beating my times. Like probably within 8 or so attempts, he was in the green, but it just couldn't be done. He was really struggling right at the end there. And then and then the fire went out and we packed up and left.
That's so funny. Because I gave you extra time because I didn't know if every time I beat my time, if then you should have 24 hours from that time. So I offered you, like, I'll give you another full day if you want it. And you're like, nah, I'm going to take the loss. I had no idea it was because Jack was playing.
What was my response?
I think you said, like, fuck off, I'll eat the gum.
Yep.
Enthused.
I feel like 2023 is going to be all about Gavin taking L's. Like, he definitely taking a loss on the Trials thing. Definitely took a loss on the Monopoly money. I'm assuming it is now 2023.
I mean, we can't be forgetting that any time I go head-to-head with Andrew, I lose. The only time true. Andrew loses is when he's against himself, trying to eat burgers. If he's against me, he's good.
The only person that Andrew can't beat is Andrew.
It's true.
I was going to say I'm undefeated against myself, but it's the opposite. What is never winning? What is a streak of always losing? What would be a word for that?
Loser? Stupid loser?
But it's against me. Like, is there a word that is like the equivalent of undefeated but unwinning?
Yeah, you're like, it's, I think face encompasses that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm a face against myself, I guess. I don't know. There's like a weird phrasing of that, but yeah, I'm committed for the entirety of the show, however long it goes. I don't want to lose a single video game bet to Gavin. That is my goal. So far, I've been able to maintain to that.
Is there a game where I would have the edge? I don't think there is.
For you
I think my
find.
just base level skill isn't good.
I want you to find one. I encourage
What happened to
you
Andrew?
find whatever.
Andrew,
Andrew sounds like he's in a tin.
Are you running away from your microphone? Are you scared of
I'm
your
not.
microphone?
I haven't done anything.
Oh my
no.
God.
He sounds like he's in his own mouth.
2023 is off to a technical difficulties start. That's great.
I didn't do anything.
Where'd you go?
What'd you do?
Were you trying to print
Wait,
something?
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Am I
what's
back?
different about your setup?
Nothing. I literally changed nothing.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't believe that at all.
No.
What's different about your setup?
I didn't touch a single thing. I
I
moved
don't-
my phone.
I just don't believe it. I just
Why
don't.
would my phone? I don't know. I pushed the wire in, I guess, harder. I don't know if the wire came loose, but I don't know. I didn't do anything.
Are you in the browser still?
Yeah, of course. Of course I'm still in the browser.
Clear your
I got
cache.
my
We can't
tabs
hear
up.
you.
Why would I download the app? The browser works great.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I think I did download the browser after the MVP issue. Or the app, not the browser. I gotta have my tabs up. Got my notes for the show. Got everything I need. Could I do that in the app? I'd have to click away. I'd be lost.
While we're talking briefly about video games, I just want to say something. You guys know a while back, Millie and I were going through all of Halo together to get ready
Yes.
for Halo Infinite, and then Infinite launched without co-op, and then continued not to have co-op until about a month ago. And so when we realized where we stopped was, we had the time of our lives going through all of that. And I think I probably talked about how like weird and rewarding and awesome it was to like play Halo with, like really play the campaign with Millie for the first time.
And how you downloaded Halo 4 separately, even though it's in the Master Chief Collection.
Right. And like just getting to show her like old RVB Easter eggs and have it like for once be cool to her what I do, and as we kind of bonded and kind of fell in love with Halo with each other there. But we stopped at Halo 5. Like we got about halfway through Halo 5 and we were both looked at each other and we were like, we're just not feeling this. And we just threw in the
that's
towel.
fair.
So when Infinite came out, I was like, shit, we better get back on the game. Let's go play Infinite. And Millie was like, we can't until we finish Halo 5. And so we hemmed and hawed, and we put it off for like 3 weeks. And we just went through and finished Halo 5 over the weekend. I don't know what my fucking problem was. We had the most fun. I guess I just needed time from 4 to 5, or time from all the previous Halo games, because we were going one after another, hot and heavy. And then we hit 5, and it just like ground to a halt.
How far into 5?
We were like maybe 5 levels in when we stopped, and I think it's a 14-level game. But some of those levels are bullshit, just like running around talking to like Halsey or the on-sang Helios or whatever, you know. They're not like real levels. But I guess taking the year off or whatever, or the distance helped. I had the time of my life beating Halo 5 with her and completely and totally enjoyed it. And I don't know why I'd played through the game. I think this is my 4th time beating it, I think. And I don't remember enjoying it in the first 3 times, but I had a blast this time. I really don't. Maybe it's because we broke it up or just played. Like, I don't know, but it was like, it was a fucking blast.
I think you had a really good time with Millie, and Halo 5 was there.
I don't know, man. Level 13, where we had to fight the 3, what do you call them, the Warden Eternals or whatever, or the Warden Eternal who splits into 3. That was a lot of fun. Like, I
gotta do that
like,
on Lasso.
This is a good level, and I remember really enjoying it.
Maybe I need to revisit it. I hated Halo 5.
Maybe it's because maybe you just need time away from other Halo to play it. Like, you just need distance to appreciate it for what it is. But anyway, I'm excited to play Infinite now because I want to know what the fuck happens after beating Halo 5.
I had a big problem with the spawns in that game.
With the spawns?
The spawns are bad.
They just like come out of portals, and you never know how close you are to being done with an area.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't feel like, would you say Halo Infinite has much to do with 5, Gavin? I don't think those stories really connect at all. I feel like they drop a lot of stuff from Halo 5 into Infinite.
Yeah, I'd say 5 is almost completely irrelevant to that.
But
story.
it ends with, all right, well, I don't want spoilers because I haven't played it yet, but it ends with Cortana convincing most of the other AI to join her mission, her plan to enforce peace by force. And then, like, if you beat it on Legendary, you get a cutscene where she turns a Halo on. So then I assume, my assumption is that Halo Infinite now takes place on that Halo, and they're still trying to track down Cortana and stop her or convince her to knock it off or whatever. Is that not the case? Is none of that in Halo Infinite?
You have to be prepared for there to be a huge chunk of time missing between Halo 5 and Infinite. And I think there's a bit of Halo Wars 2 that bridges the gap, and it's a whole thing. It's completely different.
Well, we'll get to it eventually.
It's good. I'm excited for you to play that.
Thanks. Yeah, this is not a video game podcast, so I don't want to get too deep in the weeds. But I just got to say that my opinion of Halo 5 changed over time.
Am I allowed, Andrew, to challenge you to a game that you've never played?
Yeah.
To give you 24 hours on a completely foreign experience?
Whatever you want, I'm happy with.
That's going to be really... I feel like anytime I challenge you, I just make you look really good. I just look like a chump.
Listen, for every time I look good beating you in something, I'm losing 6 bets against myself, so it balances out. There's zero chance of me looking good overall.
I don't know. You haven't done one of your own bets in a while. That burger confidence never grew back.
No, listen, the burger confidence takes a toll. There's a genuine physical toll that comes. I threw in the towel on the last one. Like, that was the retirement. Like, I took one too many fights. Like, round 2, I was like, I can't do this.
You were Roy Jones Jr. You were like...
I was.
Yeah.
It was my no mas moment. I was done. I was very publicly done. But yeah, you can pick whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Any genre, any type, any game, any challenge.
Should we talk about this Fireplace video? Like,
we should talk about both of our Fireplace.
How do you guys want to address it? Because I know Andrew hasn't seen it yet, and you wanted to like go in without any information.
Yeah, I think it's best for the audience that we talk about it. I think it is fine. I'll sacrifice knowing some things in advance about it.
Well, I'll say about a year ago, we came up with the idea to film a 4K Fireplace video that didn't loop because we were bitching about how the Fireplace videos looped. And so I think we joked around about making an 8-hour Fireplace video in 8K rather, because 4K's because there's a bunch of 4K Fireplace videos, but we hadn't seen any that were 8K. And then I'll be honest with you, audience, like a lot of jokes and bits, we completely and totally fucking forgot about it until about a month ago. Somewhere on social media, I saw a thread or a post that was like, whatever happened to that Fireplace video? And we were like, oh shit, we did promise that. So then we tried for about a month to get it together. But you know what scheduling us is like. And so it was very difficult to get it done before Christmas.
Well, we tried for a month to put it together, and then you tried for about a week to get us to not do it.
Yeah, that was another thing too, where like nobody wanted to do it, and I especially didn't want to do it. But you know what? I'm so fucking glad we did, because I had the best time. I had the best time hanging out with you guys, tending a fire for 8 hours and coming up with dumb little shenanigans and stuff to do. And then it turned into like a party because like, Major League fan Jack came over and Eric's small wife came over and my fiance Emily came over and it just turned into, and there was a dog and it was
so fun.
It was a lovely bonding day. And I'm actually really happy with the final product. Gavin, do you want to talk about like the challenges of recording 8 hours of 8K video uninterrupted and then trying to get it down to a size that can be put up on YouTube?
Yeah, I will say the fun ended the second we stopped recording and I was left trying to download. I think in total, I did the maths based on the Google Drive size folder. We shot 9 times more data in 8 hours than every single episode of Face combined with all of our different audios.
And that was when you were using stereo audio and had double the audio size of everybody else.
I still am.
Is that was about 4 terabytes, right?
It was about 4 terabytes, about 8 and a bit, probably close to 8.5 hours of total footage. And the timeline, I had to drop each file in, each one took so long to import. And every time I made a change in the timeline, my computer would just like pause and pinwheel for like 30 seconds. So just to add like a crossfade by like dragging one clip over so I had room to crossfade, then dragging the other one and then applying the crossfade, took a total of like 5 minutes for each thing just because my computer was struggling to do it. And we plan to do a bunch of stuff with the audio, but all I'm going to do is put on some fire crackling sounds because my computer, which is pretty state of the art, cannot handle an 8-hour 8K timeline.
Gavin told Eric and I the other night, he texted us that he had to turn his monitor off because there was such a power draw.
Yeah, I guess when I had everything in the timeline and I did a test export, my computer drew more power than it ever has before and overloaded my UPS. It drew like an extra 700 watts of power and the thing was just churning out hot air and I had to bring in fans. I had to turn off everything else that was plugged into the UPS.
Your computer was hotter than the fire. You achieved new levels of heat.
It probably was. I think the GPU was like 87 degrees, which is much hotter than the room.
Oh my God.
Oof. Well, and you got it down to a size that can be uploaded to YouTube. So we will put this 8K, 8-hour Fireplace video up just in time for next Christmas. It might already be up by now. I don't know when the plan to go up is.
Yeah, I'm basically waiting I have to do some actual work on my computer, and then when it's going to be free for an extended period, I'm going to do the full export and hope that it uploads to YouTube. Because if it goes slightly over the size, I'm still messing with settings. I'll have to just re-export the entire thing. It's going to suck.
No.
I will say, if when it comes out, if you got nothing to do for 8 hours, we did stuff, not a lot of stuff. It's Easter eggy stuff, but we did interact with the fire in little space ways.
Excited.
Sprinkled throughout the entire 8-hour recording.
That's great.
As a stat, each frame of the video is 32 megapixels.
Jesus. Fuck.
Yeah, I thought it was 12, but I did the maths wrong. It's 32.
Oh my God. I can't wait to watch all 8 hours of this fire.
Yeah. And I had an idea last night. I was thinking about what a success this 8K video was and how happy I am we made it and how accomplished I feel creating what should be, to my knowledge, the world's only 8K, 8-hour non-looping Fireplace Yule log video. They got me thinking, that's great and all, and it's a great accomplishment, but there's no Yule log video for the summer. Why don't we invent the summer log video and start that trend? And we're trying to figure out what that is. Emily and I were trying to figure out what that is. I think one summer day we need to rent a pool and then put the camera right in front of the pool and then just push pool floaties back and forth for 8 hours. And every once in a while, you'll see somebody dive in the background. And we'll do like, I think the summer version of a Yule log video is just a sunny day in a swimming pool.
I could see that. Yeah.
And that's for people who are having like a rainy summer.
Yeah, like if it's rainy and you wish you were outside, or maybe you broke your leg, or you got sick, or you're laid up in the hospital, but you want to feel the warmth, much like people want to feel the warmth of a fire through their TV. Do you want to feel the warmth of the sun and splashing around in the water with your friends? So we'll make like the summer Yule log video. Boom. I'm open to suggestions. This is my suggestion to y'all. I'm not saying we have to do it, but that we should come up with like the summer version of what we just did.
I feel like a pool float too, like you have so many better comedic options for pulling stuff across the frame. Like it's so easy and natural to do. I originally thought you meant like summer activities in a fireplace, like burger, like trying to make a burger in a fireplace.
8 hours of grilling hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Like what would be the summer activity? Like maybe throwing a super soaker onto the fire. Like I don't know what that would be, but I like the pool ideas, like the alternate, the flip. It could be for people on the other side of the world, as Eric mentioned, Australia.
Absolutely.
Like on the opposite side, some people, Christmas is the summer. So this could be maybe like their Yule log video, what they would want to see. Or I guess it would be for the people here and the summer. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I just feel like the hard work was figuring out if it's possible and then proving that it's possible. And now that we've done that, it's just repeating what we already did in a new setting, right? And it just seems like a waste for us not to use that to our advantage.
Wait, from like an export setting, Gavin, would it be identical? Like everything, all the settings, like once you do it once, will you just know how to do it?
You want to do 8K again?
Well, I don't want to go backwards. It doesn't have to be 8 hours because we're setting the standard here. What if we did 8K 4-hour pool video?
I mean, I don't want to spend 8 hours in a pool. I'm a big water guy. That's a little long. 4 hours seems
I would
good.
happily spend 8 hours in a pool, but I'm willing to concede to bargain it down to 4. Because we're not competing against other summer Yule log videos, right? Like we had to do 8 hours to set ourselves apart from the competition. I don't think we have any competition yet.
Is 8K the highest resolution we can film in?
That's 12K cameras out.
Oh. Ooh, 12K?
Hey, Eric, I need the credit card.
Okay, sure, whatever.
Well, 12K isn't 12K on the PS5 box, or is it 8K? On the PS5.
Well, how do you even deliver 12K? Is there a video? Like YouTube doesn't do 12, does it?
I didn't even know it was a thing. I had to ask you. I just learned about it.
Oh, right.
You're asking. You're the only one here that would know.
Because based on the situation I'm in now with all this data, I never want to turn this camera on ever again.
That's fair. You know, I think we need to give Gavin some time, Geoff. And like a month from now, I think he'll be back on board. Once this is in the rear view a little bit.
You pay for... Andrew has to pay for Fireplace videos with marathons, and it's 1 for 1.
Well, what about the fact that I paid for a Fireplace video by paying for my Fireplace video? Does that not count for anything? I feel like I've already paid a Fireplace video.
Yeah, we saw your Fireplace video. We did live commentary on it. It's a Fireplace video.
Yeah,
sort of.
There's, sort of is the key word. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I found in my life that it can be incredibly difficult when you have things going on, whether it's in your personal life or professional. It can so easily build on top of each other and just add more stress where you don't feel like you're your best self, you're struggling in some way. And then because of that struggle, you then find it hard to do something else, and that builds on top of it, and it can be a mess, which is why therapy, in my experience, has been so great. When you're at your best, you can do great things, but sometimes life gets you bogged down and you may feel overwhelmed or like you're not showing up in the way that you want to. Working with a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of you, because when you feel empowered, you're more prepared to take on everything life throws at you. That is definitely an experience I've had with therapy. It has been a wonderful tool in not just getting a perspective on issues that I'm going through, but also helping me come up with systems and tools that when I am going through those things, I kind of am able to navigate them in a more healthier way. I would definitely recommend therapy to anybody. It was a really impactful experience for me. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/face today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/face. I'm not a big phone guy, but the way I do use my phone, like there's a lot of personal information that I'm accessing, whether it be bank stuff, placing delivery orders, like it's my credit card information, all that stuff is available. And the scary part is that your phone carrier collects data on whatever it is you're doing. Verizon has even admitted to it. They say it so that they can better understand your interests, but really all they want is to sell your activity to advertisers. Stuff like the sites you visited and what you've been up to online. The more they can get on you, the larger their paycheck becomes, which is why I use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is an app that prevents your phone carrier from being able to see the sites that you visit and sell it off to third parties. All it takes is one tap of a button, and all of your network data gets encrypted and rerouted through ExpressVPN's secure servers for ultimate privacy. Not only does it shield your web browsing, ExpressVPN protects all of your network data, so you can stay private even when using your favorite apps. Whether you're an iPhone, Android, or even a tablet user, ExpressVPN works on all your devices. The best part is, one subscription can be used up to 5 devices at the same time. I have my whole family using ExpressVPN too. When your phone carrier tracks you, that's a gross invasion of privacy. You can either keep letting them cash in on you, or visit expressvpn.com/face to get the same VPN I use. Take back your online privacy today and use my link to get 3 extra months free. That's expressvpn.com/face. expressvpn.com/face. This ad is brought to you by HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. You've got New Year's goals, and HelloFresh is here to help you achieve them. Skip the grocery store and take control of your time and budget with delicious recipes delivered right to your door. HelloFresh's Festive Fare collection features limited-time recipes made with seasonal produce and premium proteins. Get out of your post-holiday slump with these elevated winter classics. Looking for an easy way to eat well and save money this year? Cut back on expensive takeout and delivery and get started with HelloFresh. You'll love how fast, easy, and affordable it is to whip up a restaurant-quality meal right in your kitchen. I love HelloFresh. It is just an amazing service. The food is always so good. I recently had this burger with goat cheese on it. Oh, it was delicious. It was fantastic. And regardless of your experience as a chef too, like it's a great learning tool, as well as if you're somebody who's experienced in cooking. It's just fun to get the recipes and everything's organized. It's awesome. So go to hellofresh.com/face21 and use code face21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. That's hellofresh.com/face21 and use code face21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping.
What do you attribute your absolute inability to start a fire to?
Several factors. One, time. I was going to prep a little bit more. We changed the recording schedule. I was going to set up a little bit differently. Two, being scared at when I did it, that I would alert other people in the building, as well as create a big fire. That's why I had the Gerpler there. It's undeniably the worst fireplace video ever made. I had to have the fireplace upside down, the chimney's on the side. It's so cold out. I'm in my underwear. I'm shivering, trying to light it.
Wait.
Fire did not provide warmth.
Hang on. Why are you in your underwear?
Because I had no time, Eric. There was no time to put on shorts because the cutoff.
The day it got moved the day earlier, so you had to take your pants off.
No, I already had the pants off. The pants were already off. If the pants were on, then I would have no time to take the pants off. I was in my underwear while I made it. I made everything in my underwear. Then it was past the cutoff time in my building for making noise, so I didn't want to alert people.
What's the cutoff?
10 p.m.
There's no sound in that video. I mean, you are deathly silent.
Yeah.
Because I planned on putting music into it, I didn't expect to send it when I did. I was still going to do some final touches to it. There's no audio because it's trying to be quiet because I didn't want to alert anybody. So I was like, I'll throw music into this. Because there are people all around me. And my light being on, and it's a whole thing. The whole situation. I didn't want to disturb people. I had no time for pants. I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt and underwear, and I'm shivering in that video extensively. It was terrifying.
Have you spent more or less than 50% of our recording time in your underwear?
More or less? Oh, wait. Let me evaluate this. More time in my underwear or less time?
More than
Is that what you're saying?
50%.
More than
Has
way
most
more
of
than 50.
face been?
Oh, undeniably more. Absolutely. I like to be comfortable. We went over
that
this.
works. I mean, Geoff does his swim shorts, right?
Yeah.
Well, not in a long time.
He's moved on.
Not since the
fine.
jock itch.
Yeah, I pretty much since the jock itch, I've stopped wearing swim trunks. And oh, dude, by the way, I will say Emily got me these fucking. This is not a product endorsement by any stretch, but Emily got me this underwear for Christmas called Sax. Have you guys heard of it? I don't know if it's like
No.
I don't know if it's proprietary to that brand or if like lots of underwear has it, but it has like a little. It's like boxer briefs like I wear, but it has like a little pouch you stick your balls in. And then your balls no longer rub against the side of your leg because they're protected in this little pouch. And I'm going to throw away every pair of underwear I own and replace it with Sax
I don't
or
like that.
But
some
isn't that
other
the
brand.
point
I
of
wouldn't think I would like
briefs?
it either, but it's amazing.
You know what my
It's
fear is,
absolutely
Jeff?
amazing. What's that?
My fear is that putting your balls in that sack is like becoming a fighter with bad head movement. Like if something's gonna hit my balls, I feel like they're up on a pedestal and there's no room
No,
to like
it's more
bob and weave.
It's more
It's
like
gonna just increase the impact.
it just hugs them the tiniest bit and creates separation from the rest
So
of
you
your
just have to
body.
like put them on and then thumb your testicles through a hole?
Well, my balls are bigger than a thumb, but yeah. I gotta use a whole hand
So
to
you put
slap
them-
them puppies in there.
You put them in a sack.
Yeah, it's just like two little.
Don't like
I'll
it.
show you. Not today, but
All
Gavin,
I'm
I'll show you in
picturing is
person.
those like castration bands they put around the
No!
bollocks of a bull.
Ugh.
Like, how do you know
Yeah.
your bollocks aren't going to fall off?
They're not.
No,
it's not
it's-
uncomfortable at all.
I
In
imagine
any way.
it's like a pocket for your balls.
Yeah,
is
it's more like a
essentially what I'm
pocket for your balls.
envisioning.
I'm trying to find.
But in
But I don't
briefs,
like that.
my balls aren't all over my legs. They're contained.
They will be when you get older. Oh, I don't wear briefs. I wear boxer briefs.
oh.
Huh.
Wait, what do I... Wait.
I need room for my balls to move. They need to
Gavin,
bob
do you
and
not
weave.
know what kind of underwear you wear?
I think boxer briefs. What's the difference between briefs and boxer briefs?
Briefs are like tidy whities.
Oh, I wear boxer briefs, but I feel like
This is what they do.
Sax underwear.
And it's just like it's like I said, I don't know who these people are or anything. I'm certainly not shilling for them, but I don't know. There may be a ton of brands that do this. This is just the one I know about. But god damn it, dude, I've never worn a pair of underwear that's comfortable in my
They
life.
just look like normal boxer briefs.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the pouch. Here you go. They have a ballpark pouch or a ballpark pouch Pro. What's the pouch Pro?
Professional testicle pouches?
I wish you could see the pouch better in the anyway. Buy a pair sometime, or maybe I'll get them for you for a gift sometime, like I did with the socks back in the day.
Oh, that'd be nice.
It's really like it's one of those like life-changing things. Like when I discovered good socks, or when I discovered that I could blow dry myself dry with the blow dryer. It's like it's going to inform how I move forward in my life.
I'm a skeptic, but I can be.
I was too. I thought it was a gimmick. I was like, oh, that's nice, and then I put them on, and it was instant game changer.
Patented ballpark pouch. Patented.
They're fucking
Yeah, I'll try them.
delightful.
Ballpark pouch.
Oh, here you go. Here's
You got a diagram?
Yeah, I got a diagram. Let me show you. All right,
In
hold
my
on.
head, it's just like a pocket on the front of a shirt, but balls. I'm trying to get verification of this. I still don't like it. Not even that I don't think it works. I just, as I said, I want my balls to roam a little bit.
Once you get, I'll tell you what, dude. I'm older. I'm an older dude. You probably have young, like firm, pert balls. The older you get, but gravity takes over, man. And your balls just keep dangling lower and lower and lower, and it helps to collect them. Let me see if I can find this thing.
Are you doing a yearly measurement of the
I should.
dissension of your balls?
I should. Here you go. That's how.
Oh,
it works.
okay. Oh. So you've... Why are the balls red?
Well, those are
Soft
just like,
mesh panels.
Anyway, just a little life pro tip for you out there. Little life hack. Buy a different pair of
Go in
underwear.
here.
That's fucking great. I was bummed today. I got 2 pair. I woke up this morning. I was excited to put them on, and I saw they were both dirty, and I was like, God damn it, I'm wearing traditional underwear, and I'm fucking miserable.
There are, I feel like 2 types of people when it comes to beds. Like some people like their sheet to be tucked under the mattress, so you're like entombed by the covers.
No.
And some people like a leg out or just like complete freedom. And I'm definitely a freedom sleeper.
Absolute freedom.
I hate a tucked sheet or duvet. So I'm worried that will leak over into the way I like my testicles.
Oh, no.
Well,
Testicle change?
I will say I used to be a tucked in person, and Emily is not. So I've grown to be a non tucked in person. So I kick my legs out now too at night because I get a little too hot sometimes. Yeah. And so I've like straddled both sides, and I don't notice any. I mean, it just feels like a ball hug, like a really gentle, non-invasive in any way. Just like imagine like a tiny little teddy bear. About maybe the size of a penis that just comes up and just cradles and hugs your balls. It's just delightful.
It's like I'm in the middle of the ad read.
I had a funny discovery recently when doing an ad read where I got sent copy, and like most of the copy you get for doing ad reads is just like generic. It's for any show could read it. And I looked at it. It was a company that I'd never heard of. And I read it and I was like, oh shit, they said regulation in the thing. Like this is related to us. It like opened with like regulation listener. I was like, this is great. And I went to share it with someone and I was like, look at this. It's so cool. Look, this ad, it's written specifically for us. And I went to reread it and I kind of stumbled and I realized it didn't say regulation. It just said regular. And my brain now automatically changes regular into regulation because I use regulation so much more than regular. Face vernacular has taken over. It is like the autocorrect of my mind.
Wait,
There's
so it said regular listener?
It just said regular listener or something like that. It said just a normal, regular thing. I should pull up the ad read to find what the wording was. But I was so excited, and I was like, listen, look at this ad. And I went to reread it, and I felt so stupid that I personally inserted the regulation.
Did you say regulation in the ad read in the end?
No, I didn't. I did not. I should have. Well, it was like, there's like 6 different versions of it, but it's just more like shocking that, and it made me happy that face vernacular has just entered into my primary way of speaking.
Much like you're not allowed to say trash anymore and you're only allowed to say rubbish for the rest of your life, we should all just commit to never saying regular again, but just replacing with regulation.
Oh, God. So like when it comes to size, that becomes an issue, I think. Like a regulation.
You're going to be the one that complains about size and specifics of size and accurate measurements. You're going to be the one that leads us into this subject.
So keep my mouth shut, I guess.
Going back and listening, the ad was regular listeners of this podcast. It was the opening of it, and I immediately
absolutely should be regulation listeners of this podcast.
Yeah, you should have done that change.
Oh my God. Yeah,
I should have. Yeah.
Good Lord.
I think I went with a different one. But anyway, it was funny to realize
that
thing.
How are you guys feeling about 2023 so far? We are 3 days into the year.
2023 as a year?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? In what context? So far, pretty good.
You know,
it's like summer.
There's God, no kidding, right? I went for a bike ride today and I got too hot. I wish I was
It was
I wore a
minus
hoodie.
10 like a week ago, and now it's 28. That only makes sense to Celsius people, but that is a swing.
It was 15 degrees in Austin, and now it's 80 for you Fahrenheit people, which would probably be most of us. I guess I mean, like, you know, at the end of the year, you typically like get reflective, and then you get excited. You kind of like close the chapter on like 2022, and then you get excited about 2023. At least I do. I would always like take the most of the month of December and kind of evaluate, like, I'll just use Achievement Hunter as an example, like what we did right and wrong in Achievement Hunter, directions I want to go in 2023, what kind of content did well, where we want to head, and just kind of get like a creative reset, and then get excited about building and starting fresh in the new year. And I tried to do that with Face this year, like I always do every year in my career. And I think, I'll be honest, I think I'm gonna put this in D&D terms. I think I took so much psychic damage in 2022. My brain is just not ready yet. Like I have been like lethargic and kind of just like I can't. Like Emily's got like a yearly planner and a book, and she like is getting up at 6 a.m. and like doing all the New Year's resolution-y type stuff. And I can't make myself get out of bed these days. And I can't flip the switch into 2023, and it's really bumming me. I've got like, which is something that I'm lucky. I'm very fortunate in that I never have like creative block. Very rarely do I have it.
Yeah.
I have it so fucking hard right now. I can't focus on stuff. I can't figure out like, I can't come up with bits. I don't have any kind of like North Star to work towards. I'm just having a real hard time switching gears into 2023. And then it's just been such an eventful, we're 3 days into 2023. And it's been just like, it's been a bit tragic. Like,
oh yeah,
Jeremy Renner getting run over by the snowplow, which is horrific. Damar Hamlin having the cardiac arrest on the field yesterday. Ken Block dying in a
dude.
snowmobile accident, which is wild because I am in the process of trying to figure out how to switch from being a Texas guy to maybe someday being a Michigan guy. And one of the ways I'm going to do that is trade jet skis for snowmobiles. And now I'm like, I don't know. And then I found out today on the fucking Howard Stern show, and it happened a couple weeks ago, but I discovered it in 2023. This may not mean much to anybody except for Eric, but Fred the Elephant Boy died, who's like a long-term Stern show whackpacker. Just heartbreaking. And it's just like, fuck, we're 3 days into the year. Barbara Walters died 5 days ago. It's like,
Barbara Walters died?
Are you serious?
Really?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she
when
died
did
on
Barbara Walters died?
December 30th. It was
That's crazy.
Huge news.
The upside is that we didn't kill any of these people.
Well, okay.
No,
so
we didn't.
You say that,
we didn't.
But it is an unfortunate timing that the episode that just came out today has an extensive conversation about us talking about athletes dying during sporting events. Which is
even though
not,
we filmed that probably
that was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, like that's very unfortunate timing, which is obviously not great, but it's creepy.
It is what it is.
It's a freaky thing that timed out the way it did.
Just like it's like I'm a little scared for tomorrow, you know?
That's fair.
I mean, should we
maybe
just call this the 34th of December? Just keep it going.
I don't know.
That's
I
actually.
just wondered if
like
anybody else is having trouble kickstarting the new year, because it is kicking my ass. I just can't get out of 2022.
So I kind of kickstarted in a way I didn't expect, where I've gotten really into coins for like the last 3 or 4 days, and that has sort of carried me into, I think, just having a new hobby to naturally look and like explore. I inherited a coin collection, and just like going through and cataloging coins, it's just something I had zero interest in. It's like something I would never thought I would pursue. I don't think I will be on the collection that I currently have, but just being given a thing that is like generational coins and sorting through it has been a really fun process.
Well, like Canadian currency?
Largely Canadian currency, but also just like some random stuff. Like I have a German note that was made during wartime of the First War that isn't like official currency, but they had to honor it because of like what was happening in the world at that time.
Like a wartime promissory note kind of thing?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. From like the First War, which is crazy. Like it's a rare thing. And then I have a coin. I have like 2 or 3 coins from 1898, which is just like fucking crazy to think about. Just all the different amounts of history that has happened from then to now.
Is this your way of telling us that you've started a sock collection?
What?
What? I was thinking that's the last time we had a story about coins. It took a right turn.
No, I'm not Geoff. I was so confused I didn't even get that. That's how nonsensical. The Geoff coin. Yeah.
You were talking to me about the coin collection. I was really excited about it and excited for you. We were talking about it the other day, and I realized there's one question I forgot to ask that I'm curious about. How many coins approximately is your collection?
Oh, a couple hundred. Like,
so hundreds. That's wild.
Yeah, I'd say like 300 coins, 400 maybe. It's tough. Like I've gone through most of it. I still have some rolled coins to go through, but it's mainly ranging, I'd say, from like 1960 to 2008. So not exactly the most exciting, the more recent stuff, but there are some old like 50-cent pieces from like 1898 is the oldest one I found to like 1930 or 40. And those are just wild to go through.
Have you done any research into like coin care and how you're supposed to take care of them and stuff?
So that's the next step,
Okay.
for sure, because there's some that definitely require it. Like the one that I found from 1898 was in a prescription pill bottle from like 1972.
Oh, wow.
It just hasn't been moved since then, so I need to.
Were there
look
any
into,
pills in that bottle still?
I wish.
'Cause I'd be
I'd
willing
love
to take
to find a little extra collectible. No, there wasn't.
I
So
ask because I was watching a TikTok video the other day about coin collecting. The other day was probably 3 months ago. But I was surprised to find out that the guy that was doing the video was saying you shouldn't clean them
Yeah, I assume.
because it can damage them, and which seemed counterintuitive to me. I think you'd want to polish them up and get them in like as good a shape as possible. But I guess that's not the thing to do.
I feel like you see that in like antique roadshow things where like the person brings it on and is like, I cleaned it. And then the evaluator is just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why did you do that? You fucked this completely. Yeah, I don't plan on doing that. I just need to preserve them in a better way than what they're currently in. So I think that has helped me ease into 2023.
So you're saying Geoff needs a new hobby?
I think a new hobby would be good. I also would just like to know, Geoff, when you think 2023 has officially begun, whenever that is. It could be a month from now. It could be tomorrow. Just when you feel like, you know what, we're here.
Man,
We've hit
thanks,
it.
man. I really want to. I want to get in there. I want to have like that New Year energy, and I just don't. I even tried to like trick it into happening by going for a bike ride because typically on the rare occasions that I kind of feel like this or I'm having trouble like working stuff out, exercise always fixes it. So I went for a bike ride today. My fucking amazing, wonderful, state-of-the-art Porsche of e-bikes, the Trek-a-Lot 99S that I have, tried to fucking kill me today. And I don't know if it's the bike or if a ghost or if somebody in my family is trying to assassinate me or if it's one of y'all, but my bike, something happened to me on my bike ride today that I almost died. And I'm fine, no bruises, no nothing. But I was riding my bike. I was going, I tend to ride with no hands, right? Because it works out your core more. And I was going down a trail. I was going about 24 miles an hour, which is about how fast I go on my bike typically. It's about my average speed now.
You didn't just do that to sort of stick it to me while I was struggling up the hill. You do that all the time, just like out in public?
Yeah, I actually went home today to put on a hoodie so that I could put my hands in my pockets while I rode because it was a little chilly.
What are you doing?
That's
You talked up how these things are out. It might be a ghost.
No.
Bike might
I haven't
turn
gotten
on you.
there yet.
It might be us doing something, and then launched into. So I ride my bike with no hands.
But
what are you talking
know
about?
that about me. I ride my bike with my eyes closed sometimes. We had a whole thing about that too. Although I promised
What
Emily I wouldn't
the
do that anymore.
Uh,
That was like a year on
I
the
remember
show
that.
ago on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You did
Anyway,
bring that up.
Anyway, so I'm doing my typical what I do about 18 miles into my bike ride, and I'm riding with no hands, and my front tire starts shaking violently. And so I can barely get my hands out of my pockets in time to grab the wheel. And I pull over real fast, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know what's going on with my bike. And I get off of it, and I look, and your front tire has a quick release axle in it, so you can change tires quickly. Someone had, something had loosened the quick release, the quick release thing. So it was just hanging on, and my front tire was about to fly off of my bike. I don't know how it happened because it's cranked down hard. Somebody must have loosened it. And it was either somebody alive or somebody in the afterlife, but somebody loosened my quick release axle on my front tire, and it I was like, I'm going to guess 4 seconds from having my front tire fly off of my bike while I was going 24 miles an hour on a trail.
With your hands in your pockets?
With my hands in my pockets. Yeah.
That would have been all face.
Yeah, 100% face.
Geoff's take on this current year makes a lot of sense now. This is a bad year for you.
I don't want a bad year. I had a shitty year before. Every year since 2019 has been a dog turd year. I need 2023 to be. That had nothing to do. If my hands were on the handlebars, I still would have almost lost my front tire.
I think
it's not my hands in my pockets that caused the quick release valve to pop out. What the
Geoff
fuck?
is a
Somebody
big pockets guy.
I do like pockets.
He's riding his bike. He's got his balls in a pocket. He's got his hands in a pocket. You're obsessed with pockets.
Well, I made a wrist pocket. Clearly, I'm obsessed with pockets.
What if Unifarm made a hoodie that had 2 fake arms that went on the handlebars so your real arms could be in the pocket?
Now that's not a bad idea.
Huh.
That's an interesting idea.
But what if it was safer, put the real arms on the thing, have fake arms in your pocket?
How am I gonna keep my real arms warm?
Because he's addicted to having his hands in his pocket. So
Just
you create something
because
that
he
goes
wants
in.
his actual hands in his pocket.
Yeah.
I understand that, but that's a terrible thing to do. So I'm saying like a way to break the habit of hands in the pocket.
What I
you make
need-
fake hands for your pockets.
What
I
about
need-
fake balls for your boxes?
Well, that's
Where am I
we'll
gonna
get
put
to
the
there
real ball?
eventually.
What I
On the
need,
handlebars.
what I need is
worst
to
magic
solve the
trick of all
mystery
time.
of which one of you, or my daughter, or my fiance, or one of my neighbors, or some spirit, or ghost, or demon, which one of you out there is trying to kill me by loosening shit up on my bike so that it falls apart while I'm riding?
I think
It was time.
I think it just I think it just loosened up, and you would have noticed 4 miles earlier if you were holding on to the handlebars and went, "This feels a little funny. Let me get off."
It wouldn't have started feeling funny until that moment. I'm telling you.
Oh, I think it probably would have loosened up as time went, as you kept going, and then all of a sudden, a ghost is trying
I
to
don't
kill
know.
you.
I'm with Geoff. Let's
Something
be irrational
loosened this
about
up.
this.
Something
Somebody
loosened
did
this
this
up.
to you.
Yeah.
Gavin has motive for sure, undeniable motive. I don't
Yeah.
know who else does. I think I'm in the clear.
I'm in a
think we're
good
pretty-
place with Millie right now, so I don't think it would be hard.
Yeah, I think Gavin is number one
Hang on.
suspect.
Emily and I aren't married
Andrew-
yet.
Andrew immediately jumped on the, hang on, let me side with Geoff. Also, I'm absolved from
Yeah,
this.
because that's why I jumped on, because I know I'm on the team. It's not me. No way, it's me.
You know what,
Let's be
Andrew?
irrational about this.
I've seen how far your tendrils reach. I've seen you Godfather mastermind all kinds of events in Texas from the comfort of Vancouver Island. So I absolutely think you are capable of it.
No.
However, I think you and I
Listen.
are in a very good place right now. We're still
That's
riding
what
the
I'm
high
saying.
of working together. So I absolve you of any guilt, but I definitely
Absolutely.
think you're capable of having
I'm not saying I'm not
orchestrated this.
capable.
Yes.
I'm saying I'm not motivated. There's zero motivation to
No,
you
I
and I
agree.
are doing great. We just did a team thing. I'm not a suspect. Gavin is the one I'd say suspect number one.
Why do you think I would
suspect? Because he didn't act against you. I think suspect number 2, Jack. Once again, put him back into the fold. He was playing a bike game, a motorbike game. Could be upset about that. I don't know. I was there. That'd be for you to evaluate.
I just and the thing is too, it's like I haven't ridden my bike in maybe 3 weeks or so. I've been kind of off of it. So what of you guys might have tried to kill me like a month ago, and this is just a delayed effect. I don't know, but I want you to know I've got my sleuthin' cap on, and as I've been texting you guys for a while, Face needs to solve a mystery. I'm not saying this is the mystery. This might just be a Geoff mystery to solve. But by the way, if you're aware of a mystery out there in the world that needs to be solved, please let Face know. I really, really want to solve a mystery in 2023. But I'm going to get to the bottom of which one of you, who in my life, both alive or dead, is trying to murder me.
Definitely wasn't me.
Well, that's of course you would say that.
Do you think if you put your balls in only the pocket, but didn't put your legs through the boxes, you could hold the boxes up?
Like it would. No, I don't think so.
I don't think it works that way.
Okay.
I think you'd have to. You don't really have access to the pocket until your legs are through it.
Have you tried one ball in, one ball out? Have you just tried different approaches to this?
No, but I can't imagine that would be comfortable either. What I need to do in my life is to separate my right ball from my right thigh as much as humanly possible, and the pocket does that.
That's, you know what? Yeah, from the perspective of crotch rot and just wanting things away from your inner thigh, I support this. I understand this better now.
As somebody who had jock itch for 6 months straight, it's let me tell you, it's a problem to solve.
Not pocket based. I got a blanket for Christmas. I'm thinking of becoming a blanket guy.
Oh,
I'm thinking of like shifting. Does anyone here big blanket guy? I kind of want to get like 9 blankets.
kind of blanket is it?
I think having 4 cats has got me away from that. They're always just caked in hair.
That's fair. Yeah, I guess Sam does not. She lives her own life, sleeping on the couch. She does not want to be anywhere near a bed. It's too tall for her at this point. But I happened to have 3 blankets in bed plus the sheet. I realized the other night that I was under 4 different blankets, but different parts of me were under different blankets. I think that might be a lifestyle I want to get into.
So you're split across multiple layers of blankets, different limbs. And how far up the 8 pillows are you at this point?
The pillow mountain had fallen at this current moment. I was pretty low to the bed. A lot of, the bed slides from the wall, then pillows fall down the hole.
Oh, you hadn't reached your reset yet, so you probably
I hadn't reached my reset. Yeah, the mountain still hasn't been up, but I might trade away some pillows for more blankets. If I could have like 10 different size blankets on the bed at all times in all corners of it, I think that would be pretty great.
So is it like a central heating system? Like to cool down, you move up the blankets until there are less on you?
Yeah, you could move. You could put a foot out, like you could have different arm, different blanket, different layer of it. Maybe one's under 3 blankets. Maybe my right leg's under 4 blankets. My left leg's under 1.
Now, is it just the variability that you like, the control, or do you like the weight of more blankets on top of you? Because
it's not the weight. Yeah, it's just the control, and it's just like comfort everywhere. No matter where I turn, being able to grab a blanket. They also are great for pillows. You can fold them up in a ball. That can sometimes help rebuild Pillow Mountain if it falls during the night. So I'm considering being a big pillow or a blanket guy. I'm already a pillow guy.
You should look into weighted blankets to see how you feel about those. Emily,
I'm worried about.
Emily got one for Christmas, and it eliminated her need for me. Oh fuck! Maybe she is trying to kill me. She got a weighted blanket, and then my dumbass bought her this pillow system that she wanted because her shoulder hurts, and it's like complicated, but it comes with a giant like wraparound snake pillow that you can kind of hug and like wrap around your entire body. And now she has this cocooning period when she gets into bed where she wraps herself around this and then puts the weighted blanket on, and it's like she disappears, and then she's just gone, and she has no need for me at all anymore. Eric said I'm done. I think, it must be Emily's trying to kill me.
That sounds fantastic.
What, Emily trying to kill me?
No, the pillow system.
No, I can't even touch her, and I can't get to her. There's it's so complicated.
What I'm imagining can't be what it looks like.
I bet
you
it
remember
is.
that scene in It's Always Sunny where Danny DeVito gets stuck in like that spiral, like circled park toy thing?
Yeah.
That's what I'm imagining as like a pillow that you just like wrap yourself around one of those.
Kind of, but bigger and softer.
That sounds great. You gotta send me this pillow system.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Seems like 2023 is the year of new systems.
Yeah. New pockets, new systems.
Taking L's, new systems.
And we're gonna revolutionize the summer Yule log scene too.
We got 5 months to come up with it.
Hey, Eric said we should start wrapping up, and that's correct. But I do want to ask one last thing. I was thinking, in my process, my year-end review that I was doing, I was thinking about what I had the most fun doing with y'all, and definitely up there were the Tuxedo and MVP2. And so I would like to get a new movie on the books if there's a new movie for us to even do. I know we've talked about a bunch. I don't want to force it if we haven't found the right movie yet, but I would like to start thinking in those terms because I really, really enjoy doing those movies with you guys.
We talked about Monkey March as an option. I think it would be great to pick a movie because we did one from Gavin's childhood, one from mine. I feel like to really round out almost like a trilogy of watch-alongs, something from your childhood could be good.
Oh.
You
got anything that's both? You got a monkey movie from your childhood?
Childhood movie.
Ooh. Ooh.
I think we've gone into 2023.
I
think it's here.
Let me. All right. I just 2 movies jumped to mind. Two movies just jumped to mind. So let me know what you think. There's a movie that I remember from my childhood called Super Fuzz.
That sounds great.
About a cop who gets superpowers.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. Super Fuzz.
I thought that was going to be a monkey movie.
No, I don't think I have any monkey movies. Unless you want. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. So there's this.
Yeah, the
movie.
fuzz could have been either.
Yeah, I thought it was an animal fuzz, not police officer.
Movies from my childhood that I remember
Super
loving
Fuzz.
that I barely remember.
See, Super Fuzz would be like a horror movie now. So it's my only.
And I think it's Ernest Borgnine's in it, and I think it's kind of maybe like a TNA movie a little bit. Or
is Ernest Borgnine the guy, the Super Fuzz guy?
No, he's just like his buddy, his cop buddy. Have you guys ever seen a movie called Condor Man?
No.
Oh, yeah. There's another one from when I was a kid that Here, hold on a second.
The only thing I've seen Ernest Borgnine do is choke to death on a hot dog.
Here are two movies from my childhood that I remember fucking loving.
Condor Man.
I'm into Condor Man quite a bit.
His head.
Condor Man seems great.
I saw Condor Man in the theaters. It came out in 1981, so I was 6 years old, and they had a Baskin Robbins tie-in. There was a flavor called Condor Man Crunch, and I remember that because they advertised it at the movie, and then right after the movie was over, I convinced my mom to take me to Baskin Robbins so I could eat Condor Man Crunch, which I think might have just been Rocky Road, but it tasted. No, fuck! You found it! Holy shit! It does exist. Yeah,
Chocolate ice
Crunch.
cream with crunchy praline pecan bits and a milk chocolate ribbon.
He looks like a human
I think we got our
cone.
movie.
Also, this is a Disney movie?
It is a Disney movie. Yeah.
Disney's Condor Man?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like on the Condor Man Crunch that it's going very well for him.
No.
Well,
Is it a guy with handlebars?
Yeah. I don't remember a ton about this movie, just that I loved it when I was a kid.
Notice how he's got both hands on the handlebars, though.
All right, well, I'm gonna submit Condor Man or Super Fuzz as potential new movies, and then I'll think about it a little bit more. But those just immediately leapt to mind.
Those are great choices, Geoff.
Thank you very much.
I'm excited.
How does he get the jacket on under the wings?
Gavin, all will be revealed when we watch Condor Man.
Okay.
Don't try to dissect the Condor Man. Simply allow him to be.
Is that a bow? Is he hiding a bow with his wings?
Oh, it's on
a
YouTube. It's on
uses?
Apple TV. It's on Amazon Prime.
I think that's the one.
Yeah,
$4
to
it seems like a good pick.
All right. I mean, I'll see when we can get Condor Man on the books.
Here's what'll be fun too. Here's what I remember about Condor Man. I remember that suit. I remember him being kind of like a fuck up, and I remember Condor Man Crunch, and that's it. I have no other memory of this movie.
I remember him being a fuck up. Oh, you don't say. No way.
That's like, I remember more about the ice cream than I did the movie.
Where would you say, would Condor Man Crunch, did you like it? Did you not like it? Where did it rank amongst like ice cream?
I was a kid eating the flavor of ice cream from the movie I just saw, so I'm pretty sure at that point in time it was the greatest thing I'd ever put in my mouth. Yeah. You know how
I wonder if there's any Condor Man Crunch somewhere.
There has to be. I was gonna look that up as soon as we finished.
Like it's common for people to find, like 28-year-old Pepsi, like Crystal Pepsi, but this is ice cream. It's like you're gonna have to have it frozen for all that time.
So this is my idea. This is my thought based off what we said. And Geoff, if this isn't what you're into, because this would be very much a you idea. We have made pizzas before. I think we need to attempt to recreate the flavor of Condor Man Crunch. I think we have to make an ice cream that is copying, and you can evaluate if this is what you remember it tasting like.
I love this idea. Love it.
Love it. I'm right there with Eric.
Movies
And here's what I say we got to do too. We have to make the ice cream. Like we have to get like an old timey ice cream maker like my grandpa had, where you put rock salt and milk and shit in, and then you turn the handle for an hour and a half. Yeah, we're gonna do it like fucking. 100%. We're gonna do it old school style, like how they had to make ice cream in 1981 when this dipshit movie came out. Oh my god, I love it. I might be in 2023. I think I might be in 2023. You guys pulled me into 2023. Fuck 2022. Hello 2023. Thanks for listening to another episode, the first episode of Face recorded in 2023. It's gonna be an awesome year. Condor Man out.
Hey guys, Major League fan Jack here with a look at next week's episode of Face. The boys recap the Falls draft. We're silver medal friends. Who would you sit next to on a plane? When is the balaclava hitting the store? Penn is decent in trials. Geoff needs to remove some stumps. And once again, Andrew does not eat the pencil. All that and more on next week's episode of Face.